Hello guys, welcome to our podcast channel. So today we'll be discussing about time travel and theories related to time travel. So first of all, we need to understand basically what is time travel. So the concept of time travel is that like it is the moment of certain points in between time, right? So Rudra, what are your thoughts about time travel and is it really possible?
Well, as far as I can tell, we haven't been able to actually, master the science of time travel within the past, century and before that. We haven't been able to get as near as anything to time travel, because there have been certain theories, the wormhole theory, or the black hole theory, or being at the speed of light, but nothing is possible for us, at least for now, and it doesn't seem to be for the next few decades or so. My theory is that time travel will, I guess, to some extent it will always be impossible, because
Right.
to be honest, we can say that we are time traveling right now. Every second
Hmm.
we are moving in the future, and
Hmm.
anything that we create in our mind, that we think that happened in the past or might happen in the future, is already, in a way, we are creating it through time travel. Because if we think about something in the past and if we want to redo it, we are living the past. If we want to create something in the future and if you're working on it,
Right.
we are in going towards the future. So
Right. Right. Right.
time travel is both happening and not happening. So that's my take on it.
Yeah. So various physicists have also discussed about time travel, and Einstein has also given
Yeah.
this theory of special relativity, which says that time travel, the relativity proposes an theory which says that it is an illusion that moves relative to an observer,
Yeah.
right? So if an observer is traveling near the speed of light, it will experience time uh, slowly as compared to any person that is on earth,
Yeah.
right? So and traveling at that speed that is closer to the speed of light, it also has its own after effects, which is aging and then like boredom and all that.
Yeah.
So there was this astronaut which was Scott Kelly, and he aged very slightly less over the course of an year in an orbit than his twin brother who stayed on Earth.
Okay.
So what happened was he was traveling in International Space Station for about 803 days, and his twin brother was on Earth. So, we know that International Space Station moves at a speed of 20,000 kilometer per hour.
Yeah.
So what happened was he when he came back to Earth, he was 0.005 second younger than his twin brother. So uh, the, this is the this difference is not that much. It is like minor difference, but when we travel at 75% speed of light, then uh, the difference become the margin becomes huge, right?
Yeah.
So that is what I think about it.
Uh, yeah, there was this, example about the two watches, that one stayed on Earth and the other went flew in an aeroplane, something like that.
Right.
Which was, the one clock stayed on Earth and the other went in the airplane, and
Mm-hmm.
it went in the same direction as the Earth rotates. And
Mm.
after the airplane flew around the world, scientists,
Orbit,
yeah,
orbit the Earth,
yeah.
right?
So the scientists compared the two clocks, and the clock on the airplane was slightly behind the clock on the ground. So
Mm.
the clock on the airplane was traveling slightly slower in time,
Right,
than
right.
the clock was on ground. So yes, we can create a sort of time travel, but it to the point of no no real change.
There are several movies and shows
Yeah.
that explain this theory of time dilation. So there was this movie by Christopher Nolan, which is well-known movie, that is Interstellar. So what happened was, in Interstellar, the crew which went through the space shuttle, they reached this planet, which is this Miller's planet. When they passed through this wormhole and reached the Miller planet, and the Miller planet was basically, it was orbiting a black hole which was called Gargantua black hole. The Miller planet was orbiting that black hole. So what happened was, when the main character, that is Cooper, and his team left the spaceship and they went down to Miller planet in a shuttle. So there they found the wreckage of the Miller ship in a large ocean. But the wreckage is still all together, like it is floating on the surface of the ocean. This confused them at first, but because Miller landed on the planets years ago, but then they realized that if Miller had landed 21 Earth years ago, that would have been only 3 years ago on this planet. So this is the concept of time dilation. Like they spent just 3 hours on this planet, but actually when they went back to Earth, he saw that like his daughter is already
He went back to
became
his space shuttle.
yeah. So when he went back to Earth, he saw that he only spent 3 hours, but her daughter back on Earth has become
Old.
grandmother. Yeah, she had grandmother, and all her grandchildren and all were surrounding her. So I think there are several concepts that can be explained in a simpler terms in through these movies and shows.
Yes, but no, it's all still science fiction. matlab, It is nothing that we can put to theory and put
Right.
to work in real world. So we haven't really made any breakthroughs in that regard. Uh,
Yeah, mm, I think this can be explained through the general theory of relativity, which Einstein gave in 1905, which says that there are basically three simple rules. The first rule is that there is no absolute frame of reference, right? The second rule is that the speed of light is constant, right? There is no medium where the speed of light can be increased or decreased. It is constant for every medium. That can be space, that can be earth, or that can be vacuum. The speed of light always remains constant, right? And the third concept is that nothing can go faster than the speed of light, right? So we cannot accelerate at the speed of light, but we can, the fastest speed which humans can travel is going through an international space station.
yeah.
It travels at a speed of 28,000 kilometer per hour, right? So people who go in the international space station, their age is significantly lower than age of people that are on Earth, right? So, but it is a minor difference. Majorly, the difference comes into play when we reach at the speed of 75% of speed of light, right? So let's say we want to travel in space about 11 or 10 light years away from us, right? So 1 light years consists of 9 trillion kilometers, right? So 10 light years consist of 10 trillion kilometers, right? So we want to travel 10 light years distance of 10 light years away from us at a speed of 90% of speed of light. So if we calculate the time needed to travel that distance, it will come around 11 years of time.
Yeah.
But the people who are moving in that spaceship, that are moving at this 90% speed of light, for them they'll reach in only 4.4 years. Because what happens is, when you move at this speed, the time and distance also dilates, right? So time dilation is also happening at the same time, as well as distance dilation is also happening at the same time. So distance is also shrinking itself. So that is the reason they reach at 4.4 in 4.4 years.
There was also this experiment, right, where What did they say? That if you left Earth at the age of 15 and you went for 5 years to space and you came back after 5 years, you will be 20. But at the same time, your peers who were 15 when you were born, just like you, they will be 65. So for you, 5 years would have passed, and for them, 50 years would have passed. So
Right.
yeah, it is an interesting perspective, but we haven't cracked it quite yet.
Hmm. So like there is no like scientific proof of forward time travel in future, because there has been there's this experiment which is happening, that is the Higgs Boson experiment, where this the particle is they wanted to travel, like it is the fastest speed of which any atom or particle can travel. So there was this Higgs boson particle which traveled at about 60 or 65% speed of light. So they noticed that several components, what we can say, the smallest atom is quark, right? So when the particles went through 65% speed of light, it emits different particles through space time, right? So that is the concept where a particle can travel at a 65% speed of light.
Yeah. So are we trying to move with that for time travel in the future?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think backward time travel is not yet possible, because it will
Well, for now,
give an
any kind of time travel is not possible.
uh, that's the fact. But physicists have also declined the theory of backward time travel, because it will cause the grandfather
Yeah.
paradox, which is you cannot go back in time and kill your grandfather. That will nullify your own existence, right? So scientists have always been declining this issue, but some scientists have also proved that there is a solution to grandfather paradox. They say that when you go back in time and kill your own grandfather, so it is the copy of history. It is the copy of history. It is in a parallel dimension, right? So they say that the thing which you are doing in past, it is not your present, because you are present in your dimension, but when you are killing your grandfather, it is done in different parallel dimensions, so it will not affect your present. So they give this solution to prove that backward time travel is possible, but I don't know like if it
Yeah.
is working or not.
It can be. There can be several explanations to counter that as well.
Yeah.
Because if you're traveling back in time and if we kill our grandfather and that creates a parallel universe, then
Hmm.
how, how can we so sure about the future time traveling in future?
Hmm. So like we cannot predict what is, like we cannot basically go into future as per se, but we can basically what happens in a black hole is that in a wormhole basically what happens is that there is a bending of space and time, right? So we can imagine of wormhole as there is this paper which is folded like this, right? So what will happen is when you go through the entry point, then and then when you exit the exit point, what happens is you enter at, for example, you enter in the year 2000 and you go back to year 1996, for example, right? So it can only be go back into time from the year wormhole was created, right? If it was created in 1996, so you can go back only till 1996. You cannot like manually type it, I want to go in 1947, right? So it cannot be done in that way. So basically the year wormhole was created, you can go back into that year only.
Yeah, these are quite interesting points to discuss.
Yeah.